when I look at this whole situation and what he talks about, he's been banned just universally. Like he's been, if you look up Google statistics, his name has been searched probably more than anybody. You talk about more than politicians, athletes. This man.
That's crazy.
And he's banned across all these platforms off these saying. Now they're saying because he's preaching misogyny and he's anti-women, and what he speaks about is his rhetoric is dangerous for people and stuff like that. And that's a position that you may have. If that's your position, that's your position. I myself, I don't agree with everything that he says. But I will say this: you would be remiss if you say he don't bring some important insight and points
he makes you think.
To a side of to kind of how we interact with people, especially dealing with men and women in relationships. He definitely brings a certain perspective that you should have an open mind. You'd be like, you know what? I may need to look at myself in this situation.
Okay.
So you can say that at the very least. You may not have to like it, but that's just the way he is. What you got, Warren, on that?
What I find interesting about this, I mean, whether he knows, any sensitive information about the whole sex trafficking thing, we don't know. That's up for debate.
Very true.
So I'm not going to judge him on that. I'm gonna wait until more details comes out about that. But what I find interesting is how he kind of predicted this.
Yeah.
He came out and he said he's been canceled.
The truth is this. So I knew it was coming. I absolutely not knew it was coming because of how orchestrated it was. The only thing, and I'll state this at the beginning, the only reason I'm upset by being canceled is because I've expired one of my lives. Because first you get canceled, then they make up a reason to put you in jail. And if that fails, they kill you. So now I'm down to my last 2 lives, which is also why while I'm answering this question, I'm still being careful how I'm answering.
Scary shit.
It's scary because they've given me the warning and I'm still running my mouth.
Yeah.
So that's scary.
That's an interesting point and this was in response to what happened in April.
Right.
So with that whole situation where there was no charges and then everything got dropped. But what he's talking about is those lives. Calling almost like a cat, having 9, but he got 3.
Right.
And I'm going to say this before I even get into that. The human trafficking part. If they are any way involved or knowingly participating in any of this, fuck both of them.
Facts.
Let's just call it. We're going to put that out there right now. We'll make that real crystal clear for anybody that's confused.
Supposedly, he's supposed to be released in 24 hours.
Right.
That he has information on, people involved in sex trafficking.
If you someone that already just hated Andrew Tate, just hated what he stand for, hated the man, hated how boastful he was and bragging and all that different. If you just already didn't like him or you thought he was a misogynist, all this type of stuff, you're probably just hoping that he dies in jail. Like that's what you're saying, regardless of whether he's guilty or not. You're just hoping that he goes away because you already didn't like him from the beginning.
I wasn't thinking that, but I mean,
but there's a huge group of people that feel that way. You know what I mean?
You fit that category?
No.
Okay.
So
and
you don't hate him, Rob?
I don't hate him. I know.
Yeah,
I reserve to hold that if he involved with this shit.
Oh, I feel you there.
Then he need to go.
Comes out,
he need to be under the jail. Whatever jail that is in Romania, he need to be under that motherfucker.